Well, hello everybody. Blue Grandma here, Lisa. And I was just making dinner and I thought, you know what? Maybe you guys would like to join me and make dinner with me. So I'm making my meatloaf today. And I already started. I put my 3 pounds of lean ground beef in here and I put 2 eggs. I haven't done anything else with it yet. I did get out my onions and my garlic. And let me go grab my chopping board and we'll get busy with this. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I have been so lazy today. I mean, really, really lazy. So I'm just going to set this aside over here for a moment. That's kind of in the way. I'll move it back here for a moment. And these are kind of already... Oh, and this little onion keeper, I got this from Temu. There's also one that's shaped like a little garlic. So those are pretty cool. And I will try not to chop my fingers off. I don't want that one. That one. My good knife is already gone. So now don't laugh at me because I'm not a professional chef. And if I chop my finger off and start bleeding, I already have me some hot soapy water here to wash my fingers off. And so I know I'm not like one of those chefs that go chop, 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 chop. Because if I did that, my fingers would be gone, 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 gone. So, let me get that a little bit. And, you know, it's just my husband and I don't eat, really. Out of this 3 pound meatloaf, I'll probably have maybe the size of like a deck of cards total out of the 3 pound, which is going to go into a cake pan. Is what I cook them in. A lot of people do their meatloafs in a loaf pan, but I've never been one of them. I put them in a great big dish. So, and then I make my special sauce, which you guys will get the pleasure of seeing. And I tell you what, my family loves it. And even though it's just my husband and I right now, but I used to make this for my kids when they were growing up, and it was one of their favorites for sure. And I know this probably seems like a lot of onions, but not for 3 pounds of meat. And they're like little pieces, so they're not very big. Because my husband, now if I start crying, I'm going to have black all over in my in my cooking. Black tears. You know, I knew this person that years ago, he made a meatloaf. It was my ex-father-in-law, and he had, it was, when I was at Marcus, actually, so it was his dad, and I tell you, that Grandpa Gene could cook. He could, and he'd always make Sunday breakfast, which was awesome. And so my ex, well, one of my exes, all right, so I've been married. This is my 3rd marriage. My first marriage, I was, goodness sakes, I had just turned 17. 17 years old. I mean, I was 16 basically, and I turned 17 at 1 week after my 17th birthday. I was married, and I was a senior in high school. No, I was not pregnant. But I did. I got married and had babies. I ended up having 2 boys out of the marriage. And, you know, we were both just way too young to be married. Both of us. And, yeah, just way too young to be having babies. Babies having babies is what it was. And, you know, you can't base a marriage off of that. You know, you can't do that. Not when you're just got little ones. And, you know, you got to grow up first. Good grief. I think the female brain doesn't completely mature-wise until like 25, but I think for the male it's like 28. So, yeah, people should not be getting married so young. They're just not ready for it. Okay, then I use saltine crackers in mine, so I'm going to set this aside again. But anyway, I good grief, I think it was 1980. Let's see, I graduated in 82, so yeah, that would have been 81, I guess. Crazy, huh? Hang on, I gotta grab some saltine crackers. Gotta go into the pantry. So I use 1 full thing of saltine crackers. Anyway, so after that young marriage, I turned around and jumped right into another marriage. You know, I had 2 little boys and a single mom. It was a scary time. And anyway, I did it. I made it. And I was married to my second marriage for 19 years. Long time. And I think that one there, he just, you know, I mean, he was gone on he was a truck driver, semi-truck driver, and anyway, that one fell apart as well. Oh, I gotta wash this. It's been sitting in my windowsill. And, yeah, you know how things can get in your windowsill, get kind of a little dusty. Gotta wash it off. Yes, even in a plastic bag. I'm anal that way. I don't want to squish saltine crackers in my nice clean bag with the dirty rolling pin. That would just gross me out. Let me grab a towel. So, anyway. Yeah, that's... Then my third marriage, I actually married my best friend. He wasn't my best friend. He was actually my husband's best friend. And anyway, it's weird how it happened, but I mean, I had left my husband, and well, no, it didn't have anything to do with him and I, but he and his wife were going through a split up, and so we just hung out and talked, you know, and talked and talked and talked. We were both going through something, and we fell in love. And it was a messy time. It was during my divorce, and he was being separated and going through divorce. But you know, since then, I mean, we shouldn't have done it that way to begin with, because, you know, we should have waited for both of our divorces to be finalized. But and we didn't get into any kind of relationship until after the divorces, though. But we'd hang out as friends. Okay, so then I add my saltine crackers to this. And anyway, I married my best friend. And been married for 20 years. And he is still my best friend. I love him so much. He is a gift from God. And I tell you what, when he and I first got married, he wasn't a Christian. He actually, hang tight there. I gotta grab stuff. I also use canned milk in mine. And I gotta add some garlic. Okay. Oh, I can't remember what I was saying. Darn it. Hate it when I do that. Hi.
Hi, baby.
Oh, that's my husband.
Hello.
So, yeah. He's coming out to get some coffee. He's got to try and wake up, I guess, huh? Can't see your stuff while you're blind. Okay, so then I add just, you know, I don't measure anything, you guys. Now, I turned this sack inside out, okay, because, and I washed my hands really good, but I don't like to touch meat with my bare hands, and I'm out of gloves, so I'm making this work because, you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Ugh, yeah, I just don't like, you know, it's not so bad when you don't have artificial nails on, but when you have, you know, press-on nails on, you know, stuff can get underneath there, and I don't need no bacteria growing under my nail. No, thank you. That's just, and this is actually going to be perfect. Perfecto. Oh, I gotta let this dog out. Hang on. This is not my dog, people. There. That was hard to open that door with one hand. I don't have a dog. That's my sister's. My sister doesn't have a dog either. That is my daughter's dog. So I am babysitting, puppy sitting. And it's so funny when she asked me if I'd watch her dog for her. At first I'm like, no. It's like, not unless you charge up that dog's bark collar, because that dog barks at everything. Ugh. It's a beagle. And if you own a beagle, I'm sorry that you own a beagle. But, oh my gosh, they are the whiniest beggar for food dogs I've ever seen. Oh, I'm gonna have to get in here because I'm just not making a very. Oh, my poor nails. Just scrub, scrub, scrub. Yeah, it's the only way to do this. I have it written down on my grocery list. Gloves. How many of you guys use gloves when you make meatloaf, or do you just get in there and squish it with your hands? I'm kind of curious. And so I put onions in here. I put garlic. I put saltine crackers. That is basically all I put in my meatloaf. Some people like to put bell peppers and all that stuff in there. And I don't have a very good palate for food. I don't. My husband does. But I'm just simple. I mean, just give me, you know, a little tiny bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and I'm good. And he uses all these sauces when he cooks, and I mean, it smells delicious when he cooks, but it's just overpowering to me, you know, because I think growing up, that's all my mom ever used for seasonings was salt and pepper. Mom, I'm not saying that you're a bad cook. Not at all. You're an awesome cook. And, you know what's really good is Lipton onion soup mix in this. But I already put stuff in here, so I don't want to add it too, plus the topping that I put on it. Ah! I'm sorry, baby. I do have a cat. And he thinks he owns every inch of this floor. And heaven forbid if he gets stepped on. It's your fault, not his. Alright, so then I grab myself a pan. Grab a pan. This looks like a big enough pan. No, you don't need to grease the pan because you got grease in your hamburger. And I drained the grease off of my meatloaf anyway. And then let's squish it down. Trust me, it won't look like this by the time I'm done. Oh, goodness. I wish I knew what I was telling you guys. Really can't remember. Come on, someone tell me. What was it? What was I talking about? I'll know as soon as I finish this video, and then I'll review it. And then I'll go, oh, that's what I was talking about. Now the dog wants in. Maybe that's what I was talking about. The dog. Anyway, so this dog, oh my gosh, it barks at everything, you guys. And, you know, I've had a Shih Tzu, and my Shih Tzu was pretty bad at first, but, you know, he calmed down, figured, okay, I don't need to bark at every little noise. But this thing here of hers, and it's a food monger. I mean, this thing eats a ton of, well, she doesn't eat a ton of food. She wants to eat a ton of food. Okay, so this is how I make my meatloaf. Just like that. And I will show you why. And then I cover it with tin foil. But so when I do it like this, and then I can cut it perfectly into sandwich meat. Makes wonderful sandwiches. Get that onion back down there. Anyway, so I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees, and I will check it in about 30 minutes and see how it's doing. So, and then I'll come on back and I'll show you how I make the topping for it. Hang tight. Okay, you guys. So, we're going to give this a whirl, and I'm going to try and videotape this in an awkward position. So, let's see if it works, okay? Hang tight. We're going down. You're going to get to see the pan. Okay. This is my pan. This is where we will cook. So I need to set something heavy on here so it doesn't fall in. Okay. Hang tight. All right. I think we're good. Yay! Okay, we're good. Alright, so this is how I make my sauce, you guys. I've never made this in front of anybody before. It's my secret recipe. Alright. So the first thing you do is if your powdered sugar is hard as a rock, put a piece of bread in there and let it sit for a couple of hours. Come on, Bailey. And it softens right up. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. So this is cool. It's a good thing it worked because I was going to have my husband pick me up some brown sugar when he was at the store. And no, I don't measure my powdered sugar or brown sugar. I just kind of throw it in there. Okay. Then I add this and this and where is it? And this. Okay. So then I have Worcestershire. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway. And catch them up. And mustard. Okay, so as far as the ketchup goes, I hope you guys are seeing this, because all right, so I put a bunch of ketchup in there like that. Then you add mustard. Okay, you add your mustard. Whoop. Not like that. Then you add Worcestershire. You know that stuff. This stuff, I could just never say it. Worcestershire. Oh, maybe I did. Okay. Can't get the cap open. So I'll do it this way. Alright, so add a little bit of this. Let me stir that up. Turn the oven on, or the thing on medium. And I'm going to get a spoon. Alright, I'll use this to begin with. You know, and I've actually used the blender, not blender, but you know, well, hand blender, to mix, to chop up, like if you get some hard pieces of brown sugar in there, yeah, put a hand mixer in there and bust them puppies right up. There you go. That's how I cook. Improvise. See, there's hard pieces in here, so I will be chopping those up with my blender. Doesn't look very appetizing right now, but it will be, I promise. It's good, huh, babe? Okay, I need my, hang tight, guys, gotta grab my hand mixer without knocking everything, you know. Okay, I'm back. You know, you can't see that I'm back, but I'm back. Gotta put my blender in here. We're going to have to whip this up because there's some hard pieces in there. This will get rid of them now. Alright. Let's try not to knock down my tablet into the goop. That would be bad. Oh, that would be terrible. That would be about my luck, too. Okay. Bypass that. Okay, try not to flip it everywhere. And then we do this. Oh, turn down your hearing buds or your earbuds if you so this doesn't blow your you know, your ears out. So, okay, we're going back in. Now, so for pieces that didn't smash up, so it's going to sit on a low heat while the meatloaf is cooking. And so, and I'll come in here and stir it, you know, just put it on very low, and I'll keep stirring it, and all those little pieces that's left will dissolve. And then it will be perfect to go onto the meatloaf. So, there we go. And I'll be back on when the meatloaf's all done, and we'll take a peek. Okay, you guys, so the meatloaf is done. Now, I do take it out of this greasy pan, okay? I don't leave it sitting there. So I actually cut it in half. This is the true test of whether it's done. But then I put it in this white dish here. So I'll take half of it first. Okay, and beautiful. It is done perfectly. Look how juicy that looks. Okay, so we got half here. Okay, then we put the other half, we squeeze it in here. Okay, and over here we go. And of course it doesn't fit, so I'll just, it's fine like that. It's just my husband and I, it's nothing fancy. So what I do then, so that nice wonderful sauce that I made, look at that, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's nice and like caramelized, yummy. So then you just pour that over the top, and then as you cut it, then you can scoop some on top or spread it on your sandwich or whatever you want to do. And it's delicious. And normally my husband has me save a bunch in little containers, so that way when he makes something that he, you know, like if he wants potatoes or something, he wants that to go on top of his potatoes or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so this is my meatloaf. And you know what? I am going to taste it. I can't expect someone else to taste it if I can't taste it myself, right? Okay. There we go. It's going to be hot. Hot, hot, hot. Just came out of the oven. Oh, you guys, this is going to be so good. Are we ready for this? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go. Don't want to get my hair in there. Mmm. Mm, 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 mm. You know what would set this off? Fried potatoes. Mmm. Think of fried potatoes with meatloaf. Delicious. All right, you guys. Hope you had fun. I did. Love y'all. I'm gonna finish up my dinner here and maybe make some potatoes or something, go with it. All right, y'all. You know I love you. And by the way, may the Lord bless and keep you. And may He bless you in any way that you need blessed and lift you up where you need to be lifted. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, you guys, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.